I held up this video because 14.1.4 came out, and I was hoping that one of the major folks out there that got it would go out and do either a video or a report. And sure enough, Chuck Cook just reported on it, and I will report on what Chuck Cook said in just a second. I want to give you guys an inside piece of information because some of the insiders, family members and whatnot, wanted to buy the paperback inexpensively. I have reduced the price on the paperback. It will never be lower than this. In fact, Amazon won't even let me sell it for less than this. So it's at $9.99 for the paperback. It's normally $12.95. And quite frankly, when I change it back, I'm going to $15.95 because I had basically mismarked it at $12.95. So what you're going to be buying right now, but now check it out when you go on, when you get ready to go and buy the paperback, just make sure that it's at $9.99 because it might take an hour or 2 hours, maybe even tomorrow morning before they flip that price. I've gotten confirmation they're going to flip it. I just don't know when they're going to flip it. Okay, that's all about that. You know what to do. Information's down below in the description if you want to buy the book. All right, let's go. What does Mr. Cook have to say? All right, oops, that's the wrong information there, Randy. Here we go. Try this one. Okay, here we go, he says. FSD supervised version 14.1.4. I drove it for over an hour. Yes. You will get a first impression video tomorrow. I did this as quick as I could for you guys tonight. I did not feel one scenario of what we were calling brake stabbing, not one time. I did feel a pause here and there, but it was appropriate for the scenario and it was justified. And to be clear, it was a smooth pause. I was looking very closely at any braking issues. They are smooth. It still can see the issues and has just changed its behavior with regard to those things. I had a few VRUs trying to cross. Ego just kind of braked this time. Previously, it would have done this tap, tap, tap thing. I did put it on a 𝐒𝐚𝐿 parking scenario. I don't know what that means. That took it 3 trips around the block. It changed its mind 3 times and ended up falling for the handicap spot opening up. And it jumped in there. So there is that. So that's still got to be fixed. I felt lane changing assertiveness tonight. It's still an N of one scenario, but it really did feel like it was making its move. That was better. So there's an improvement. To summarize, I drove for an hour. It was dark, but it was much smoother. I will turn all the cameras and the CAN bus on tomorrow morning so you can all see it. No doubt this version is better than the last. I don't know what they're feeding the people at Tesla in the AI department, but on the weekends, but without a doubt, it is lots of carbs in order for them to be working this hard. All right, so that's good news. It makes us one step closer to unsupervised, one step closer to getting the riders out of that passenger seat and getting us onto the full robotaxi. We are basically, with those little things, solved. I mean, everybody else that's reporting, that's the only thing that they're running into. They're just not running into anything else. This is from Tesla Yoda. Breaking. Tesla is hiring robotaxi operations managers in Orlando, Tampa, and Doral. I don't know if I reported that already or not, but maybe I did. I can't remember. But anyway, there's three cities in Florida. New Street Research has raised its Tesla price target to $520 from $465 and maintained a buy rating. One more to add to the list of those that have raised their prices. FSD 14.1.4 is rolling. Oh, I told you that. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐼. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐼 is in the Tesla AI department. I believe AI, or maybe, oh, no, I think he's over in, I think he's in the autopilot. Yeah. He says, at the beginning of autopilot, we did not know we were doing what we were doing, nor what we could have accomplished. Looking back, I'm glad we tried. The difference between academia and engineering is that the latter has shown ingenuity to defy the odds, industrializing the magic. So there you go. That's his opinion of how things are going right now. I've been thinking right now a lot about Optimus. I have huge confidence that Tesla will ramp Optimus towards 1 million units starting by the second half of 2025. Will they sell 5,000 next year, 10,000, 20,000 in 2026? I don't know. It doesn't really matter a ton. It matters that they're starting to ramp with the goal of 1 million units a year. Now, Elon said that this is what the line will be able to make. This line, this one line, the V3 line, will be able to make, and that the ramp might be slow. But he also said that we'll have version 4 and version 5, and we'll be ramping those to 10 million, and then maybe 50 million, and then 100 million. Timing is no less defined, but probably long before some people's ideas that it might be 2035 before we get to the 100 million level. I'm going to guess it'll be way before that, but who knows? We all have various companies. We also have various companies offering various bots, lots of different bots out there. I mean, 85, 90 companies that have all kinds of different bots. And there is some of there's as low as 15,000, some is like 30,000, even figure. They say that theirs will retail for 30,000. I'm not sure he's being 100% honest with us with that. And I've never caught him in a lie, but I'm not sure he really thinks it's going to be 30,000 right out the gate. Okay. And quite frankly, he'd be foolish to sell them for 30,000 right out the gate because they are worth a minimum of $100,000 a year to anybody that has 4 shifts. In fact, they're worth more than that, but they're worth at least 100,000 a year. So why wouldn't you lease out if you've got limited supply and all this demand for people that are going to want it? Believe me, I had 4 shifts and I would have bought it in an instant, 5, 10 of them. And I was a little company, 100 employees. These companies are completely screwing up the market for everyone with these low prices. Now, if the bot can only do very low-level jobs that will only, and maybe it'll only last a year, maybe it'll burn out. I get it. But actually, if they can work, a full 4 shifts, they'd be worth at least 200,000 retail. For someone with 4 shifts, or 100,000 a year is even a smarter move, in my opinion. Moreover, there's lots of unique situations where they might be used. It might have been Bradford who said the other day that coal and other minerals are abundantly available, just deeper than where we can send humans because of the pressures, because of the atmosphere. Everything is just really bad down when you get really down there. But bots could go down into those nether reaches and be able to get coal and other minerals that we can't get to now. So that's just an example of where it'd be worth at least 100,000 a year. Humanoid security guards seem like a no-brainer. Sending them into emergency situations where it's dangerous for humans comes to mind. We're already seeing these little bots that go in for bomb disposal or for packages that people that can't tell what the package is. But lots and lots of other emergencies having to do with fires and potential fires, like cars catching on fire after an accident. 𝐒𝐚 Basher mentions in the book, that book, AI Rising, 𝐒𝐚 Basher mentions in the book that a humanoid could literally count all the leaves on a tree in a few minutes. Now, why would that be important? Well, he tells the whole story in the book. You have to read it to find out, but it was something to do with weather patterns, the impact on the growth of the tree. Now, do you need a full-blown humanoid to do that counting? No, you could use a camera that has some capabilities, but it could do that almost for free while it was doing the trimming. So I continue to be hopeful that Tesla will rent these for $100,000 per year in the early going. But if they eventually make just $10,000 per unit on 100 million units per year, that would be $1 trillion in profits, or 10x Apple or NVIDIA. So I guess that would be okay. Investors Business Daily has this today. Tesla stock swung up and down after its Q3 report, ultimately declining 1.3% to 433.72, holding support on the 21-day moving average. I didn't know that. So it held support on the 21-day moving average. Tesla stock has a $470.75 handle key buying point to a long consolidation stretching back to December. Investors could use Friday's intraday high of 451.68 as early entry. Tesla stock has climbed more than 7% so far this year, but has more than doubled from its early April low. Tesla's on the IBD leaderboard leaders watch list. Elon Musk's auto company on Wednesday reported worse than expected third quarter earnings, down 31% versus a year ago, and revenue grew 12% to edge out views. 12% to edge out views. To edge out views. I don't know what that means, but what I can tell you is that those earnings would have been much higher, but for some one-time events, and put those one-time events in, quite a few of them, and which is what they do. You know, these guys that are doing this analysis, if it was when I do the analysis, you put those back in. If they're negative, you take them out of the earnings. If they're positive, you put them back in. On the earnings call, according to the article, Musk said that Tesla robotaxi service will reach 8 to 10 metro areas by year end this year, and down from his prior target of covering half the U.S. population. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe those 10 metros will make it. He expects safety drivers in Austin, Texas, to be removed within 2 months, but his forecast for unsupervised self-driving has been off for nearly a decade. However, seeing what 14.1.4 is doing, I think it's getting like up close to 99% that we're almost ready for unsupervised, which, as Elon said, will be the big catalyst, which Randy has been saying for a very long time. MarketWatch says that semiconductors are among the most important components of Tesla's product lineup. The small silicon wafers power everything from EVs to smartphones, and Tesla has big ambitions for the AI5, its next generation chip. Our explicit goal is to have an oversupply, Musk said on Wednesday. If we have too many AI5 chips for the cars and the robots, we can always put them in the data center. Tesla uses a combination of in-house chips from the NVIDIA and their GPUs to train its AI models. Initially, Tesla has tapped Taiwan semiconductor manufacturer TSMC to make its next generation AI5 chips, while Samsung Electronics was going to make the AI6. But now he's saying that they will both be working on the AI5. Now Tesla plans to put Samsung to, that's what I just said. Musk said, Samsung signed a $16.5 billion supply deal with Tesla to make chips in its Taylor, Texas facility. This deal lasts through 2033. Representatives for Samsung and TSMC declined to comment, but we know that many comments earlier were that 16.5 billion would be a low number. It's going to be a lot more than that. The AI5 chip, first introduced in 2024, will be 40 times better than existing AI4 chip, Musk said. The chip would have the best performance per dollar for AI, maybe by a factor of 10, according to Elon. Tesla only has to satisfy requirements for one customer, Musk said. That makes the design job radically easier than it is for NVIDIA and means we can design a lot of complexity in the chip. Tesla is just one of several companies that are moving to loosen their reliance on NVIDIA. Meta Platforms Inc. Meta, for one, is working on a custom chip designed to fit its unique needs, and recently acquired chip startup Rivos Inc. Elsewhere, Amazon.com and Alphabet also have their own custom chips. Well, that is the story as it is here on Sunday night. Normal day tomorrow, as far as I know. Well, Brian Wang in the morning, then the regular Monday morning show on Sunday night. After that, where we talk about what's going to happen all next week, and then something else on Sunday night about the same time. We'll probably have a bunch more people that will have ridden the FSD 14.1.4. We can report on those guys and much more coming to you tomorrow night. Now, this morning, I did a video that you should go back. Well, you should watch two videos. You should go back and watch my morning video, and then you should watch Phil Beisel, who did a video just a little while ago. And Phil Beisel took the Ashok, I don't know how to pronounce his name, 𝐒𝐚𝐿 took his analysis from the other day, and he explained it in a way that you can understand it. Now, maybe you can. Maybe you're like a genius or something in this area. I wasn't going to try to, like wade through all the technical stuff, but Phil brought it back down to a level that I could understand, and then I said it in a level that I'm hoping that folks that have even less knowledge about it than I do, that they'll be able to understand, so that you can kind of get an idea of what's so special about what Tesla is doing right now. So both of those cards will be right up there. If you got some time, you want to go back and check those out. Okay, what do you need to do right after the show is over? Yeah, buy the book. It's been great talking to you.